name's Kristen from the Michael J. Petriti School, and I'm interviewing Carol Mongello from PS 59. So who had the original idea to start the garden at this school?
So we had a small garden that started as out of the work from the units of study that we were doing, where we actually read a book in kindergarten about a community garden. And it inspired us to take that idea and create our own garden. So we had a parent at that time built us this tiny little garden with some small boxes, and we planted vegetables and flowers, and it was so wonderful. But we felt that it wasn't enough for the students to really engage with what it means to grow and really learn about the process of gardening and the use of vegetables as a nutritious way of really eating and thinking about the value that it offers to them. So we partnered with the PTA, and the PTA kind of agreed to come up with a garden committee as a subcommittee of their PTA. And that's how Fritzy, our parent volunteer, got involved in really leading this work. And then we worked together to really think about expanding from what we had, this little garden, to now we have this beautiful, kind of large, units where we have these individual planters for each grade, so that the students are a part of the process from beginning to end.
Each grade has 2 planters. The planters are 6 feet by 2 feet, so it's quite a large amount of gardening space per grade. Pre-K has 4 planters, and then on either end of the garden we have an annual herb planter, and on this side we have a perennial herb planter.
And the kids seem to enjoy it / love this program?
Yes, absolutely. We have designed a planting program where we try to use measurement and also some math, some multiplication and some addition. And as we're laying out our planting bed, we're trying to do a little bit of science and a little bit of mathematics, and we also try to pull in a couple of ELA skills. We try to tell a little narrative of what has happened over the years. So we try to support the curriculum in the school with this PTA activity.
We now have the students really doing it from the classroom even before they go outside. They're starting to learn about the seeds. They're learning about the plants and what nutritional value they offer to them, to their food and their diets, and they get to really experience it all year long as they go outside.
Do you believe that the garden that was started here will help the kids eat healthier and get out of the habit of eating junk food as much?
So that's what we hope, right? So the idea is, well, by doing this, by having them be part of the process and they see it, we hope that they get to experience and try some things new. Around October, during the time of harvest, we do a big harvest celebration here where the students actually go outside and they march and they get to really harvest the foods that are there, the vegetables that they have planted. And they bring it back to the classroom and they really eat and explore and try and taste new things. And even throughout the year, I have children outside and we kind of sneak peek and we pick some of the maybe tomatoes, children that have never done that before when we're outside during recess, and they start to taste things. And I know that there are students that have never tried something before, that tried something, loved it, like radishes. They've never had a radish before. Now, they get to taste a radish, they actually saw how it grew. They got to, pull it out of the soil themselves and were able to taste it and eat it and enjoyed it. So that is definitely one of our goals here.
My crew has noticed that you have sea life artwork around the gardens. So what came to mind when thinking of the theme for all those drawings?
So our school is the Harbor View School, and one of the things that we have a very strong focus on is on learning about our community, and especially the New York Harbor, because it is a part of our, what we see every day and what we experience. We wanted our students here in the community to learn a little bit more about what is happening right outside their windows. So our curriculum really introduces them to learning about the harbor in different ways, such as naming the waters, understanding what lives under the water, how the water has an impact on the economy, how the harbor really is an opportunity for many careers to come out of the work that people do every day in the harbor, but they're also learning how to be stewards of the harbor. So one thing that we did was we brought it into our playground by having sea life that's actually found in New York Harbor. So everything that's out there is actually native to our waters, and the students really start to know that and make those connections. So that's what we do all the time.
So what do you do with the food that's been grown?
So we have two things. So one is that we have families in our school actually are welcome to come, and they come and they can actually pick, and we let them know when things are ready to be picked, and families come and they actually come with baskets or bags and their children, and they come and they take the food and they can take it home. That's one thing. The other thing is that we do pick it and we bring it into the classrooms, and the students have access to it in the classrooms and get to eat it as well, or use it as part of kind of their learning experiences. But at the end, they always do get to eat it and taste things.
Considering that the school started not too long ago, in around 2013, how do you think it'll turn out, and what are your plans for the future of the garden and the school itself?
Well, we are a new school, pretty new. We are in our 6th year, and this is our first graduating class. We'd love to see the garden expand to really continue to bring awareness of healthy eating in our school community. We would love to see that the food that we're growing outside can become part of maybe our daily lunch routine as well. And really hopefully bringing that knowledge and awareness to all the students in our school community. So we hope to have a partnership with that cafeteria to make it a daily part of their food, their diet.
How is it working with the children and helping them out with the garden, and how does it affect their daily lives?
So we really are very lucky to have teachers here that are very enthusiastic about working with our community, and the garden is a part of the community. So they actually design units and curriculum lessons around the garden outside, which creates an excitement for children as well. So they get to go outside, they get to do other types of noticings and observations throughout the year. Not only this initial, today was the launch of the planting, right? Today was the launch where they're actually in there and they're planting. But throughout the year, they're measuring, they're observing, they're documenting, they're wondering, and they're going to take that home with them as well, right? Because whatever they learn here, we hope that they take that knowledge and apply it to things that they see outside of the school community as well, and maybe start their own home gardens as well.
Have you guys tasted any of the fruits or vegetables that you've grown here?
Yeah.
Do you guys like it?
Yeah. Yes. Of course.
Do you think helping out with the garden has made you like these fruits and vegetables more?
Yes. It has made us more comfortable with the garden and more experienced about how we plant them and what kinds of fruits and vegetables go together.
Do you guys have gardens at home?
Yes. Well, kind of. My mom grows strawberries and different kinds of berries.
Nice.
So you do gardening here, right? Do you like the gardening? Why do you like it?
Because we get to touch the soil.
Because you get to touch the soil? Do you like eating the plants after they grow up? Do you have a favorite type of plant that you like to grow? What's your favorite type of plant?
Lettuce.
What's your favorite part of the school day?
Math.
You like math? Math is good. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet.
One last question.
Yes.
So are there a lot of people invested in helping out outside of school with the garden?
Absolutely, yeah. So we, as you know, funding a garden sometimes it's not easy. It is a little costly to have all the things that we need, and we've been very fortunate to have outside organizations help fund the work that we do here through donations or providing us lower costs for items that we need. The PTA and the Green Thumb Committee do a lot of fundraising here in the school so that we can, offset the costs for what we need. So we do have a lot of community partners that do help, and that is a very important part of the work.
Okay. Thank you for taking the time to be part of this interview.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming today.